Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Art and Outdoor Life here with John. So today we're using acrylic paper. I believe it's U.S. Art Supplies, 12 sheets, 9 by 12. And I'm just misting the paper here, not too much. And we're going to paint very simple but fun painting. We're going to paint a river scene. So there's my disposable palette, and I'm only using a few colors here. This one here is Naples yellow with just a touch of white, and I'm going to use that for the sky. I'm only using a few different brushes here, and with spring on the horizon, and living near some awesome rivers, and I love to fish, I just felt like painting this. It's very simple, very short, fast and loose. So this here is olive green, and what I'm doing is I'm bringing it in on an angle because I want to create distance, okay? So the smaller it is, the further away it would be, right? So the taller it is on this acrylic paper, that's how far away it is. So up close, it's closer the taller it is. So now that I got my olive green in, I'm grabbing just a primary yellow, and I'm just gonna kind of dab some in between here on the green, mainly toward the top of the green, to give it some of that sunlight effect. I really enjoy doing these, and and I paint them like, when I do it fast and loose like this, I paint it like I do with watercolors. And these are water soluble, so it makes it even more fun. Now, if you were to do these with mountains, you would do different colors, or you could do a grassy mountain like that with the sun appearing. You could see the shadows, and you could see the brightness from the sun. Very exciting. So now I'm just gonna bring everything down. Notice I have a very large flat brush, and then swoop it across to give it that nice sheen for the river here, right? Now I'm taking some medium brown, and I'm just going to kind of cut it off there so that, to distinguish where the land meets the water. And you can easily, you could put cliffs, you could do muddy banks, you could do all kinds of things here. And then I'll bring some of that down, right? Looking for some reflections. Who doesn't like reflections, right? Shadows, reflections. Okay, that was very quick. And so this was off the top of my head, off the fly. And, it's okay to leave some white on the paper. I mean, that kind of gives the tonal value, a whole different spectrum, a wide spectrum. So here I put in a little bit more Naples yellow with some white, a little bit less white, and then just a touch of primary yellow on top of it, just to get the main light source in there. Of course, that could be a very distant mountain or a hill or something, whatever. And then I'm just kind of patting it around with a paper towel. But yeah, leaving white on the paper is fine. I mean, you don't have to cover the entire paper, you know. Uh, so with a round brush here, I'm just going to take some of that medium brown, and I'm only going to put a few lines in here just to kind of, it just helps create the depth in the painting. And, you know, it also creates some character as if there were some tree branches in there. Some, the tree bark, trees. It's suggestive, which is why I like doing these. And I'll bring it down into the water, even where there are none in the trees. Just bring a couple down like that. So we'll get some shadow going into the water. And we'll put a little bit here, a little bit more of, this is more of a cream color. And we'll just kind of go right below the shoreline there. And we'll even make these shadows appear even more distinctive. The shoreline here. And then I'll pull out my fan brush here, because I love my fan brushes. And create some sparkles on this water. Water is funny, as far as like rivers and things, if you're out on an ocean, you're going to get blue or you're going to get gray, depending on the kind of day. And out here in the country, out on the river, we have a lot of leaves, a lot of trees, a lot of greenery that hangs over our rivers, and you walk up to the river and the river looks green, right? And then you get your shades of browns and stuff. So here I'm using the medium brown in the foreground, and I'm just going to come over it a few times. Now, I'm coming over it with primary cyan, which is a blue. It's almost a cobalt blue, but not quite. And I'm doing this for a reason, because if you've watched my other paintings, I'm setting the scene. So now I'm taking some of the bright primary yellow, strong, and coming over the blue is going to create some instant green. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. You could mix it on your palette before you even start. You don't have to even throw in blue, but I like doing this. I really do. And leave some of the grass here a little bit brighter to insinuate that there's, the sun is really bright on those colors. And just misted the paper again with some water, just so I can move the paint around, because it is acrylic and they do dry fairly quick. This is real time. Now I'm going to take some white and just go along the shoreline there. Again, it creates a whole new dynamic to the painting. And again, just with a fan brush coming across, creating some sparkles, bringing in some more brightness, some light into this river. And here I'm just playing around. I'm really just having fun here. And then I'm bringing more medium brown down into the water because it kind of disappeared. But anybody could do this. You can do this. And if you enjoy my videos, if you enjoy my channel, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. I don't make any money off these. And I do these to give ideas and to inspire, and I do them for personal reasons. So, with a different flat brush, a smaller one, I'm just going to come down, bring them down, and swoop it across again. Again, the center portrays a little bit more of the brightness from the sky, giving it a realistic river look. And then I'll put in a few birds, just a couple. I want to wish you a wonderful day, a good evening, and a good morning, wherever you're watching this. And please come back again. Thank you for viewing. Let me sign my name there. Sincerely yours, John.